For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry.
But what we are currently seeing is quite a considerable change for a country which is strongly accustomed to paying in cash. Another trend is the emergence of new forms of digital means of payments. These can be central bank digital currencies issued by foreign central banks, as well as privately issued means of payment such as stablecoins. At the moment, these alternative means of payment are still in the development or testing phase. However, given the speed at which technology is developing, the widespread adoption might be far less off than we think.
We're about to abandon the traditional system of money and accounting and introduce a new one. And the new accounting is what we call blockchain. It means digital.
Radio frequency identification, RFID, it's a technology that's rather old. It can be traced back to World War II. It's basically used as a way to identify things, people, what have you. So there's two basic components to the RFID. There's the reader and the tag. So the reader is actually going to send a signal to the tag, which in turn transmits data contained on the tag back to the reader. So this whole process is really cool. It's really quick and takes only a couple milliseconds to occur. And today people are using RFID, and they might not even realize it. It's found in cell phones, medical equipment, and inventory management systems. And one of the most recent and interesting applications involves EMV, which is Europay, MasterCard, and Visa. And these are the new chips that people are starting to see in their credit cards. So that's a brief look at RFID. We'll next move on to mobile payments, which is quite a big word right now. Lots of people have heard of it. That's garnered a lot of attention. We have Apple Pay, Google Wallet, and Samsung Pay. So the market for mobile payments by the end of this year is predicted to hit about 430 million, reaching 720 million by 2017. So with improvements in mobile payments, with improvements in technology and security, lots of people now more than ever are willing to start using mobile payments. And we've seen a steady uptick in the people downloading mobile payment applications, as well as the people that are actually using them. And that's tracked in dollars that are actually transferred or made via these mobile payments. So the last word on this slide that we're going to see is insertables. So this is a very new word. And the idea of insertables is it's a new kind of technology that involves the user actually implanting or injecting the technology into their body. So this industry is still very young, very much in its infancy, but it does have a potential to play a major role in how consumers interact with technology in the future. So the objective behind insertables is to create a technology that's so easy to use, something so interfaced with the user that they barely recognize that they use this technology at all. And that's what my company, Secure Now, is based on. That's our idea. And really the inspiration came from Dr. Astro Teller, who's the leader of the Moonshot programs at Google X. And in a May 2014 article with Entrepreneur magazine, he had a quote that said, "When technology reaches that level of invisibility in our lives, that's actually its ultimate goal and its highest and best purpose. It vanishes into our lives." And that was a big motivation for Secure Now, that technology we need to be able to use seamlessly, so we don't have to really realize that we're using something new and a little different. It's an insertable microchip that is actually implanted into the soft tissue on the top of the hand, kind of between the thumb and the forefinger. This tiny microchip is just a couple millimeters in length, and it's comparable to about the size of a grain of rice, so very, very tiny. The chip would be scanned using RFID readers, and it's very similar to the readers that are already in place that you'd see in grocery stores that scan barcodes. So once the chip is authenticated, the user is allowed to make payments, or they can view a wide variety of personal information. So think things like your passport, driver's license, even your medical data. you would be able to access and view just via this little microchip. So all the data actually isn't stored on the chip. This would prove a little bit of a security risk. It's actually stored in a backend in the cloud. So the chip acts as your key, your gateway to all of your data. So it really makes accessing everything you need when you need it very easy. So security is a major point, which is again why the data is stored on the cloud, and this chip is just the authenticator. Mobility, you're able to access your data anywhere in the world that you go. And same with accessibility. You access it, you can pull it down from the cloud to use it for payments, use it to present to whoever needs to check your ID. So it's a way to take all of your data with you wherever it is with you go.
What underpins a world order is always the financial system. I was very privileged. My father was an advisor to Nixon when they came off the gold standard in '71, and so I was brought up with a kind of inside view of how very important the financial structure is to absolutely everything else. And what we're seeing in the world today, I think, is we are on the brink of a dramatic change where we are about to, and I'll say this boldly, we're about to abandon the traditional system of money and accounting and introduce a new one. And the new accounting is what we call blockchain. It means digital,